Today on Driving Through the Bible, we're going to learn about what it means to take responsibility, not throw somebody else under the bus or pass the buck on to somebody else. Everybody knows that it's important to read the Bible, but so oftentimes we don't. We don't have the time, we think, to read the Bible with our busy, hectic schedules. And sometimes it's the fact that we don't really get a whole lot out of it, so why waste our time, we think. Well, in Driving Through the Bible, I want to help solve both those issues by taking less than 5 minutes every day, Monday through Friday, just driving through the Bible, making it as practical as we can be. So hop on in with me and let's drive through the Bible. In Genesis chapter 3, verse 12, God comes calling to Adam and Eve and pointing out the sin of eating the forbidden fruit. And Adam did something that we all tend to do. We may not always do it verbally, although I bet we do it more often than we think. But we do it at least in our own mind. He passed the buck. He threw Eve under the bus. It says, it wasn't me, it was the woman that you gave me. It's her fault. She's the one. She's the reason. She's what it was that happened. And I'm here to say, obviously in a marriage situation, that is a bad idea. But in any kind of relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it is somebody that you're working together with, whether it's people you go to church with, the pastor, whatever it is, or the pastor and his flock, throwing people under the bus, blaming somebody else for a failure. It's so easy to do because nobody likes to admit that they're wrong. And when something falls apart, it's so easy to look for all the things that somebody else did that made it fall apart, and not the things that we did or we didn't do that made it fall apart. And that's what Adam did. He threw Eve under the bus, and we all know the state the world has gone in since that fall. And I don't know what would have happened had Adam taken responsibility for his part in it. But things may have been different. We don't know. But he didn't. He passed the buck. He threw her under the bus, and it's the same thing that we do now. And I want to encourage every one of you, don't throw people under the bus. Don't blame it on them. Look for your responsibilities in any situation where things have gone wrong. Because that's where true growth is going to happen in your own life, for one. And that's where relationships are going to be made stronger, not falling apart for the second part of it. And I'm sure there's other more godly even reasons than that why we should learn to take responsibility. Because it's so easy not to take responsibility for our own actions, for our own attitudes, for our own thoughts, for our own desires. It's so easy not to take responsibility, and it's easier to blame it on someone else, or blame it on just circumstances, or blame it on society, or blame it on whatever you want to blame it on, just to keep yourself from taking the hit for it, just to keep yourself from taking responsibility for it. Bad idea. It's the worst way to live a life. I can't imagine that you can really truly live a life of love, joy, and peace if you're always not taking responsibility. So take responsibility for your actions, for your attitudes, for your thoughts, for everything. And that's where you're going to grow. So thank you for driving through the Bible with me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.